Hello and welcome to the 25 Days of Christmas. My name is Jeff Breon. My poem is called If Stones Could Talk. If stones could talk, what would they say? I think of the stones where Jacob had lay. Did it also see heaven lay open that day, with angels ascending and descending in a cloud of haze? Or what of the stones that killed the first man, or took down a giant at God's command? What of the stones of Jericho's wall? Would they not speak of God's power so great and so strong? Or what of the stones where Israel walked, where water was scarce, on their feet they did walk, where Moses did stretch out his staff straight and true, and struck at the rock until water gushed through? I think of the stones where God came down, and with his finger he wrote good words down, that would speak of his law so perfect and true, to give men some guidance and wisdom too. And what of the stones that David would say, to make God a house for him to stay? Would they speak of his splendor, or speak in delight when God would sit in his temple at night? Would they speak of the offerings that the people would bring, to cover their sins for a time they would sing? But what of the bulls and the sheep they did bring? These stones saw God's mercy, they also saw grace. They saw men lying with hands to their face, just asking for mercy and asking for grace, and hoping to get just a glimpse of his face. Or what of the stones that hit the ground, where Jesus stood up after kneeling down, where he saved a woman so scared and so meek, of a judgment of sin on that day in the street? These same stones still lay on the side of the road, while Jesus approached on a donkey he rode. While people were laying their cloaks on the ground, with palm branches in hand, while singing aloud. Did these stones sit and listen as Jesus proclaimed, if these people would hold back their tongue on this day? Don't you know that these stones you see lying below would cry out with praises to heaven above, for giving his Son whom he dearly loves? And what of the stone at the garden tomb, where it rolled away from where God's Son was entombed? But like a womb, the stone saw a great light, when God's only Son came to life with the light of heavenly angels and flashes of light. Yes, the wonderful stories these stones could tell of God's awe and his wonder and beauty as well. These stones still long and wait with delight of when Jesus will come for his bride dressed in white. As I focused on the scripture and how Jesus said that even the very rocks would cry out, I was intrigued, and it was almost like a moth to a flame, or even like Moses when he saw the burning bush. It drew him in. It brought him into God's presence, and that's what this story did to me. It drew me in. It encouraged me, and as I wrote down the poem, it was almost like it wasn't even me. It was God inspiring me. It was like I was being plugged into his presence at that very moment. I hope this poem speaks to you like God spoke to me on the day that I wrote it down. Thank you, and have a blessed holiday.